Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Froze here, and I'm back with another video. In this one, we come to you guys with some more World War II gameplay, but in this one, it's not going to be about the World War II gameplay, guys. In this one, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of my life, because I actually go to high school in 12 days, and I wanted to make a cutcom explaining the story of my life. So yeah, if you guys are new and haven't subscribed, make sure you guys go down and click that subscribe button. If you guys would drop a like, it'd mean the world to me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Nigga, as long as I say no homo, it's not gay, right?
Absolutely right, sir. Anime bitches, I look at her titties, then I take her home and we count up these 50s. I come to your city, I sneak in your chimney, I tickle her kidney, and then I watch Disney.
Alright guys, and we are back. So, pretty much, I was born on June 1st, 2004 at 7:05 p.m. and I was born in Georgia. Actually, I live in Virginia now because my mom got married, but when I was born, my mom happened to be a single mom, and it was really hard growing up because we would always move. And then she actually got a boyfriend. His name was Chaz. I don't really like to talk about him much because he always used to. He actually abused my mom a lot, and he lived with his parents. So I pretty much lived with not my step grandparents, but pretty much sort of like it. That's what they acted like. And their house is huge. Their house was a lot of money, a lot of money. And so eventually my mom left him because she found my stepdad now, which I just refer to him as my dad because he's been the first person to actually be a real dad to me, because I never knew my real dad. I've never met him. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. But pretty much we moved up here to Virginia after I don't know. I think I was 7 when we moved up here, and I'm 14 now. But so we moved up here. We moved in with my dad. But it was with his aunt, his uncle, his aunt's son, so his cousin, and that was about it. And pretty much, the house was not good. It was not a good family home, at all. It was in a bad part. It wasn't in a bad part of town, but the people that we lived with, they were horrible people, just god awful people. But pretty much we finally moved out. We moved into an apartment, which was actually a really good idea because it was big enough for all of us. We always had a lot of money for a lot of spare money because we only had to pay I don't know, I think it was $600 for it, and it was a 3-bedroom, 1 bathroom. It had a kitchen, a family room, all that for an apartment, which is actually pretty big for an apartment. And and then I also had a lounge room, and an office too. But we only had to pay $600 for it because my mom happened to work at the place that we were living at. So we never had to really pay much. We always had a lot of extra money, so we'd always go to the beach, and then after we'd go to the beach, in the winter we'd go snowboarding if we didn't go to the beach twice that year. We went to Florida a couple times. We went a lot of places. And we always had tons of $2,000 and $3,000 worth of gifts under the tree every year. Now we only have $1,000, but I mean, it's okay. All I ask for now is clothes. Either way, I mean, when I was a kid, I used to always say, "Why do I keep getting clothes? I don't want clothes. I want video games and stuff," because I didn't care. I wasn't self-conscious back then, but now I am. And I always have to wear expensive stuff anywhere I go. Even in the summer when it's 95 degrees up here, I'm always wearing pants. But let me get back to the video, or the topic. So pretty much we lived there for about, we lived there for 2 years. No, we lived there for 1 year. 3 years. 3 years. Yeah, that's right. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th grade. Then finally we moved here in 5th grade. To my house that I actually own now. But after we did that, because the main reason, we didn't really need to move. It's not we needed the extra space or anything. We just we wanted to buy a house because we wanted dogs, and the type of dogs that we wanted, which are Dobermans. I actually have 2 of them. Then I have a Chiweenie, which is a Chihuahua and a Dachshund mix. We had both of them, and we wanted them, and they wouldn't allow them at the apartment. and even if they did, they would never have like any room to go outside and run and stuff. So we moved here to my house, and it was actually a really good decision because my dogs are amazing. I love them so much. They're actually both sitting on the couch here right next to me as I'm doing this video. But pretty much after we moved here, we lived here for 6 years now, and a lot of crazy stuff has happened. Like, for example, I actually cut my forehead open recently, actually. I think it was like last month. And I had to get 11 stitches. I have a really big scar across my forehead now. It's not that bad. And like my hair, it's up, but since my hair is like super long, you can't really notice it. And then also, like, I've changed a lot. Like, back in 6th and 7th grade, and like even the beginning of 8th grade, I would always used to get like bullied and stuff. And I know like every YouTuber says this, but I actually changed schools because it got so bad. Like, I asked my mom, I said, "Mom, can you put me in a different school? I don't want to have to deal with this anymore." And so she actually, now she takes me about a 25 to 30 minute drive across town every morning just to take me to school because I don't want to go back to that school, which I'm really, really thankful for, actually. And then, so it like got really bad, and like I even got into a fight because of it. Like, because this kid, he was talking about my mom and like kept talking about stuff like about me, and I said I'm over it, and he like threw a punch at me, so I fought him back. And then so pretty much after that, like the day after I got back from my suspension, I transferred to my new school, which is Hidden Valley. But so after that, we had mold that actually came in our house from a water leakage downstairs in the basement. And we had to move out of my house for 4 months. My dogs, my parents, all of our stuff that wasn't contaminated, we had to move it into a hotel, which was about, like, I don't know, half the size of our apartment. Maybe, like, half or, like, 1/3, maybe. And it was really small. Everybody was super stressed out. My parents, like, they would argue a lot of the time about it because, like, they were so stressed out and, like, they didn't have anybody to, like, bring their frustration out on, so they'd bring it out on each other. But it was never, like, anything physical or anything like that. But, so eventually we finally got out after 4 months, moved back in the house. Everything was, like, clean. Everything was brand new, except my house wasn't completely finished yet because, like, the stress was so much that my dad said, look, and they weren't even giving us, like, half the money that we needed to repair it. So most of my house that got repaired came out of pocket. So pretty much, like, eventually my dad said, look, don't worry about finishing my house. I will finish it myself. Just give me the materials that we had to pay for. They gave them to him. My dad got it finished in a week, and they were already on it for like a month. And my dad finished it in a week because he would nonstop work on our house. Like, half of my ceiling in my den, which is where my setup is actually, all of that was ripped out. Like, the whole ceiling was pretty much. So we had to put that in. Half the walls upstairs were gone. He had to fix the people actually fixed the floors. He never had to do that. But then, after that, my grandparents actually came up here to come, like, help my mom out with stress and stuff. And, stuff happened with my grandparents where my grandma actually had to move in here with us. But then she completely ruined our whole lives, like, made us super stressed, tried to, like, literally changed everything in our house. And she even had a squirt bottle that she'd squirt my dogs with if they came near her, which was, like, really bad because then my dogs would, like, they'd be scared to go downstairs to see them, or just, like, to be around her. So they'd never go around her, and they'd always, like, bark at her and stuff, and we'd always think, like, what are you doing? Like, why are you barking at her for no reason? But then, when she moved out, when we made her move out, we didn't kick her out, but, like, we knew that she had another, like, a friend that she could go live with, so we made her go live with her. We told her that she can't live here anymore. And then she had the audacity to call the police on us because my dad, he fell and hit a door, And my dad's like a pretty big dude. Like, he's 250 pounds, but he's not fat at all. Like, he's not fat. It was from bodybuilding that he used to do last year or 2 years ago before he started his business. And the door broke in half. And my grandma told the cops that my dad punched the door and broke it open, which never happened. And then, so, like, we just set, like, the bathroom door outside, like, on the road, and then, like, just replaced another door upstairs. But a cop came by, and, like, another one started coming back, like, every day. And then eventually, like, child services got into it, and it was just, like, one really big mess. And then it finally ended. Like, last week, everybody sent us a note, like, the police, child services, all of them, like, they finally sent us a note saying, your case is closed, it was obviously fake. If this person tries to make any more things, we will come, like, that first day that it happens, and if we don't see anything wrong, we'll leave you alone. And it was final, like, all the stress was finally over. But, pretty much after that, nothing really much has happened since then. Like, everything's been, like, pretty calm. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead and drop a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.